Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Sheila Kennedy and this is the BizBasx Podcast show, episode number 6. And on today's episode, I'll be going over my goals for January and how I did. So it's basically a goals review. I was thinking about doing these every month, but I'm thinking I may move to quarterly, so there's a little bit more activity within the goals. Anyway, we will dig all through the goals, how I did January compared to what I set up for this year. But why don't we take a break and thank our sponsors, and we'll be right back. Welcome to the BizBasx Podcast. I'm Sheila Kennedy. I have over 20 years experience as an entrepreneur and 8 years in executive leadership. I also have an MBA and a marketing degree. With all that education and experience, I began the journey of starting an online business over 4 years ago and just breezed right into it. Heck no, I didn't. It was hard. So I started this podcast to share the dirty little secrets I found along my journey. We're going to bring you the hottest topics, inspiring interviews, and explore the tools the experts are using. Are you ready? Do you need more leads? If so, what you need is a sales funnel. And if you've never built a sales funnel before, or you need to get a little bit better at it, what you need is the One Funnel Away Challenge. For just $100, you get 30 days of focusing on your business in a way you never have. By the end, you will build a funnel that gets your business leads and sales. We challenge you to take the One Funnel Away Challenge now by going to bizbasx.com/funnel. That's BizBasx.com/funnel. How do you set goals now? How do you make sure you are on track through the year? These are the same questions I had for myself, and that is why I spent so much time designing the Grand Plan 2020 workbook. This is how I get all of my goals and intentions for my life and my business written out so I can keep the goals I set and improve my life as I do it. Get your copy of the Grand Plan 2020 workbook today at bizbasx.com/plan. So January was a very, very busy month for me, and I did get a ton of things done. I'm excited to share them all with you. My personal goals were in the categories of love and relationships, health and well-being, and personal growth and spirituality. And in those, I think I did pretty well. So in the love and relationships, my husband and I have a goal to work on and strengthen our marriage. As you know, I mentioned a couple of episodes ago that we'd been married for a year. And so our marriage needs some strengthening, and we need some work on our communication, as all marriages do. So that's why I'm comfortable sharing this goal with you. But I think we did really well this month moving towards that goal. We've been meeting with the pastor who married us, who is gifted in marriages, and we did a class with him, a marriage class with him, right before we got married and right after we got married. That was phenomenal. We loved it. And so we went back to him, and we're working on some communication issues with him. And he's, like I said, he's just gifted. So it's been super fun to do that and super, super helpful. So I encourage everyone who's married or in relationships to work on them. It's what it takes. And he's having us read, or he had us read, this book called Personality Plus. And it was great. We looked at the different personality types, and so I'm going to read them because they're hard to remember. So the 4 personalities that the book called out was, the first one was popular sanguine, the second one was perfect melancholy, the third was powerful choleric, and the fourth was peaceful phlegmatic. So that was interesting to look at the different personalities and see how his personality rated in this book and how my personality rated in this book. And we did it as a family, so the 2 teenagers that live with us here also did it, and we had a really fun time exploring the different personalities. And it goes over each personality's strength, how to get along with that personality, and it goes over that particular personality's weaknesses. And so while it was great to hear the strengths and be like, yeah, that's me, you know, I can see myself in that description, when it came to the weaknesses, it was harder to take. And we had a good laugh at each other when we went over the weaknesses. But it was a great exercise to see how we are, to understand ourselves a little bit better and then understand how to relate with each other a little bit better. The funny thing is, my husband and I have the exact same personality type. So we are both powerful cholerics with perfect melancholy. That was our second. And so it's funny because we are exactly the same personalities. Usually there are personalities that attract each other that are opposites, and we're not. So we find ourselves very similar, which I guess we knew. And it was fun to kind of explore that. So that's something that our pastor is having us do, which was very fun. And then the second thing that we did for that goal, but really just for our relationship, was we went on a really neat date down to Redondo Beach at a Mexican restaurant that we love that overlooks the ocean, and it was just fantastic. And we've been having marriage meetings almost weekly, which are meetings that we set aside where we can talk about business and we can talk about personal and really just work on that communication. So as far as that goal is concerned, I think I did very, very well. So let's see, the second goal was in health and well-being, and I did have a few follow-up doctor visits that went really, really well. And so one of the issues that I was having resolved itself. So in that sense, that category is going well. I'm still dieting and still trying to lose the 18 pounds that I set out for, and I'm kind of stalled out. And so I would say in that category then, since I'm not doing as well as I would hope in the weight loss, that I'm just doing okay in the health and well-being, and something that I need to focus on for the next few months. All right, and then the third category was personal growth and spirituality, and in that we're moving right along. We met with a community pastor, and we have signed up to host a small group Bible study at our home, which will start towards the end of February, and I think we're getting a few people to sign up for our group, which is great. I'm super excited about that. We have a wonderful house, and it's a great way for us to connect with people from our church, which is part of that goal. The other part of that goal, the personal growth part, is I did read several books. So we read the Personality Plus book, and I was recommended a Stephen Covey book called First Things First. Book by Stephen Covey was recommended to me, and it's amazing. I loved it so much, and it's kind of short that I read it twice. And I love it even so much that I'd like to do it as a book study with the family as a whole and go over everything that they went over. It was an amazing book. So if you have a chance, read First Things First by Stephen Covey. Really, really good. On the flight, I had a flight to Nashville, which I'll talk to you about in a little bit. I was able to read Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson, an excellent read and super inspiring. It gave me so much in the way of ideas for my business for this year. And so if you are trying to start an online business, I definitely recommend that you read Russell Brunson's Expert Secrets. Okay. And I think I read a third book. Well, actually, that is the three books: Expert Secrets, Stephen Covey's First Things First, and Personality Plus. So all really, really good books. Okay, so let's go on. I think as far as personal growth and spirituality goes, that goal went really well for the month of January. So I think as far as my personal goals, overall, everything went really well. So I think what we'll do right now is we'll take a break here, thank our sponsors, and when we come back, we will dig into the business goals and how well I was doing with those goals. All right, see you in a few. Do you need more leads? If so, what you need is a sales funnel. And if you've never built a sales funnel before, or you need to get a little bit better at it, what you need is the One Funnel Away Challenge. For just $100, you get 30 days of focusing on your business in a way you never have. By the end, you will build a funnel that gets your business leads and sales. We challenge you to take the One Funnel Away Challenge now by going to bizbasx.com/funnel. That's BizBasx.com/funnel. How do you set goals now? How do you make sure you are on track through the year? These are the same questions I had for myself, and that is why I spent so much time designing the Grand Plan 2020 workbook. This is how I get all of my goals and intentions for my life and my business written out so I can keep the goals I set and improve my life as I do it. Get your copy of the Grand Plan 2020 workbook today at bizbasx.com/plan. Thanks for sticking with us through that break, and I think we'll just go ahead and jump right into the business goals. Now, the business goals were in the categories of brand, customers or clients, products, systems, and processes. And under the first goal, I'd have to say that things went pretty slow. So the first goal was to focus on building an engaged audience. And I think that we're getting our systems in place and we're doing more advertising and we're posting more frequently. But as far as the numbers, I'm going to say that it went pretty slow. And I think that's something I definitely want to focus on going forward for February and March. And just as a whole, what systems and what processes are in place to get that active engagement. Through the posting that we did, we've seen more engagement on Facebook, but it hasn't translated into, say, more email signups or more website visits. So I am looking at the dashboards and trying to figure out what KPIs, we talked about KPIs during the goal setting, are key performance indicators. So I'm trying to figure out which KPIs I want to look at, which ones are important and which ones I want to measure, so that I can see, are we doing well or are we not doing well? So we're still in the beginning phases of this, so stick with us as we move through this year. As we figure out what we're doing, we'll share it with you. So on that goal, I'm going to have to say it went pretty slow. All right, and then we did launch this podcast in January and a YouTube channel. So both of those I feel will help with engagement. And I've been doing more Facebook Lives, more Instagram Lives, and I think I'm going to try some YouTube Lives. That's something I've been kicking around, so I probably will start that as well. So again, it's going to start growing, just kind of slow to begin with. All right, and so the second goal was to increase conversions and sales. So this also was slow in January, but the trip that I took to Tennessee was to Funnel Hacking Live. It was a ClickFunnels event, and it was phenomenal. I spent 6 days there, Monday through Saturday, and I just learned so much, and I got so many ideas on how I can take it back and fix some of the things that I'm working on, some of the things that I have already launched to make them better and hopefully increase those sales and conversions as we go. So we did run some post engagement ads in January. We ran some video view ads. So they're getting some engagement, but we're not really seeing that turnover to, like I said, signups on the email list or engagement on the website. So that's where the sales and conversions will come from. So we need to rethink our strategy, but with what I learned from the conference, I think we're in a good way there. What I need to work on is nurturing the relationship I have with the people on my list and in my group and who've liked my page. And so we're working on those through some of the other goals, which we'll get onto in a second. But definitely room for improvement on the first two goals. All right, the third goal was to create and improve digital products. So we didn't do any of that this month since I was away at Funnel Hacking Live, but now that I've come back and I've gotten a lot of new ideas, we're definitely going to be looking at the digital products we already have and then some new ones that I have some ideas for. So stay tuned on the digital products, those will be coming. But during Funnel Hacking Live, they had a section of the program where they gave out awards for those businesses who have put $1 million or sold $1 million through a funnel. That was one award. Another award was $10 million through a funnel. And then there was 25 million, 50 million, 75 million, and the big one, 100 million. So there are companies out there who are selling that much through ClickFunnels. And so it's given me so many ideas from what I was seeing, from the people I was meeting, from what I was learning, that I'm feeling really confident about coming back and fixing my digital products and the systems and the processes that we have. So I'm excited, but just feel like I'm getting a slow start. So goal number 4 was to increase efficiency through automation. And this one's getting started a little bit better than the other 3 goals. We did schedule our social media posts for the month on a app or a website called Zoho, Z-O-H-O. So it's a new new automation system that we're testing out. It kind of is an all-in-one, and we used it for our social media posting, which went well. I really, really loved it. It was easy once we got everything in the calendar. It came out every day as planned, and it goes to several different social media outlets, so that went well. We also used it for our email sequence, and that I am finding I don't think I liked as well. So we had some problems with the emails going to spam, and we had a very, very low open rate. So I'm thinking that we're gonna have to move the email sequences, the email campaigns, either to ClickFunnels or back to MailChimp, and test and see if the open rates will be better on those two platforms, because it's very, very low on Zoho. I'm working with their customer service to see if we can fix it, but I'm just not sure. And after a series of emails with like an 8% open rate or lower, I can't remember, it was very, very low, 8 and 9%. I'm just thinking that that's not going to be the best for us. So we're going to continue to work on automation with the social media, which went well, and figure out what we need to do with the campaign, the email campaigns. But we're also looking at Zapier for some automation systems, putting that in place, and some other things that we can do with Zoho. But all in all, we are testing some things out. We are working through the automation and the systems, and so as we develop them and we find things that work, we will share them with you. But anyway, that is my goals review. I don't think I'll do one in February. So I think what I'll do is I will not do a goals review in February. I'll do one at the end of March. So then I'll do a first quarter review, and then I'll just do them quarterly after that. Every month seems a little bit much, especially since I have so much that I want to share with you on self-education and starting an online business, and there are about 1,001 tools I want to share with you. So I think we'll just go to quarterly goals reviews from here, but this was fun to do. It's keeping me on track, it's keeping me accountable, and I'm excited to keep sharing our progress with you. Thanks for joining this episode, and if you would be so kind, we would love it if you would check us out on Facebook, BizBasx.com, and join our Facebook group, BizBasx Insiders. Until next time, we'll see ya. Do you need more leads? If so, what you need is a sales funnel. And if you've never built a sales funnel before, or you need to get a little bit better at it, what you need is the One Funnel Away Challenge. For just $100, you get 30 days of focusing on your business in a way you never have. By the end, you will build a funnel that gets your business leads and sales. We challenge you to take the One Funnel Away Challenge now by going to BizBasx.com/funnel. That's BizBasx.com/funnel. How do you set goals now? How do you make sure you are on track through the year? These are the same questions I had for myself, and that is why I spent so much time designing the Grand Plan 2020 workbook. This is how I get all of my goals and intentions for my life and my business written out so I can keep the goals I set and improve my life as I do it. Get your copy of the Grand Plan 2020 workbook today at BizBasx.com/plan.